Hey gang, let's talk Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is one of those actors that I feel, at least, that can do just about anything. And I know a lot of times he has the same style of acting in pretty much all action films. You kind of get the same little quirks from him. But as far as just a solid, great actor, I believe he's top tier modern day actors. He's been at it for a very long time, but as far as, his big hits go, it's even some of the not so, well remembered. I'm not going to say that they're not good hits. So Ian is not a fan of Harrison Ford. He is not, that's what turns him off of Indiana Jones. It turns him kind of, he doesn't care about him in Star Wars, things like that. And I hope once he gets into watching it that he changes his mind, because there's a lot of films out there that are really, really good due to Harrison Ford. Now we'll start closer to the beginning and talk about, close to the beginning, and talk about American Graffiti. George Lucas directed, starring Ron Howard. It's basically a prequel to the TV show Happy Days. And, Richard Dreyfuss is in it. A number of people are in it, but we also have Harrison Ford, who is the badass, got the awesome race car. He's getting all the chicks and stuff like that. So he's the badass in this film, and he really does a really good job. Now everybody else steals the limelight a little bit. Plus, he's not a main character, so there goes that. But he does play a really remarkable figure in the film. We're going to move on to Star Wars. To me, I'm a big fan of Vader as a villain, but I have to say that Harrison Ford, Han Solo, and Chewbacca are my two favorite characters in the original trilogy. I love everything about them. I love their back and forth banter. I love the banter between Han and Leia. That's just princess and smuggler. It's the Beauty and the Beast kind of thing. It's just I think it works wonderfully, and of course that's the pinnacle of Harrison Ford. Even though there's all this talk and things, and most of it's true, that he didn't enjoy doing Han Solo, didn't want to be typecast as this character, wanted to die in the original Star Wars. I believe I read, I don't know how true or not it is, these things can be said, but the only way he would come back is if he would be killed off in Force Awakens. So if that's true, he got his wish, we got a character, we added some character development to his son, and we move on. Now, a lot of people will pick him as Indiana Jones over Han Solo, and to me, it is a hard decision. Indiana Jones is one of the most solid action-adventure films and franchises there ever were. Indiana Jones is iconic. It's just so good. Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of, if not, you could say, the best action-adventure film of all time. And I would agree with that. There might be better, but just off the spur of the mind, best action-adventure movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, I'm a real big sucker for Temple of Doom. I love that film. I love, the darkness. I love Short Round. I like what's going on in this. So there's not really anything about that I don't like. Last Crusade, still strong film. We throw Sean Connery in there, so that's even better. And we get a really, really touching story about Indy and his dad. The Crystal Skull, I really think that I would enjoy this film without Shia LaBeouf, because after watching it a few times, I realized, I like this. I kind of like the story behind this. I like what's going on. I'm just not a fan of him as his son. I think there could have been so many better picks. I know Spielberg liked him, and it's not anything against him that I have in other films, because I don't think he's a very good actor. I mean, Transformers was about the end of his talent, and that's the first one. But I just don't think he fits in Crystal Skull whatsoever. And I'm one of the probably rare people that think this is really an okay film. Now you go on past that, you get into the Jack Ryan series, and I can't remember how many times he played Jack Ryan, but those are great action films. He did a great job in those. There's a film he did where he's hiding out in an Amish community. I think that's the storyline. It's called Witness, and it's absolutely fantastic. It really is. Regarding Henry, fantastic. I mean, just a great showing of his acting chops, other than straight action film. We have Blade Runner, which I'm not a huge fan of Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner. I think that the second Blade Runner blows it away, but I do have respect for Blade Runner. I know what it is in history of film. I have watched it a few times. I'm gonna watch it again with one of the different cuts, and maybe it'll change my mind, but it's just one of those that I really can't ever get through without taking breaks and things. Let's see, Air Force One I thought was kind of bland. For an action movie, it's one of those generic throwaway action films. Once again, I think he did a good job bringing the character to life, though. Let's see. I know I'm forgetting one that I wanted to talk about. Oh, The Fugitive. I mean, him and Tommy Lee Jones playing off of each other. The storyline of him, trying to first find his wife's killer, and then, try to clear his name. Tommy Lee Jones tracking him down this whole time. Just fantastic, fast-paced film. And many others that Harrison Ford, those are just some highlighted films. Well, except for Witness. Maybe nobody's really ever watched much of that. I'm hoping they did. There's a film that I can't remember the name of it, but it's a home invasion film, and I really enjoyed it. I really did. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I can remember any more. I know Harrison Ford started out as a carpenter, set carpenter, and to start out from there and to go where he's gone today, and just being probably one of the most well-paid actors in Hollywood, if you think about it. He's probably, throughout all the movies and the amount of movies he's made and the amount of so-called blockbusters that he's made, he's probably up at the top of actors, most made money, or whatever you want to call the category. So, to me, Harrison Ford is top notch. He's right up there with Denzel. He's a little older than Denzel, so well, there's that. But I'd put him right up there with him as far as a reason to watch a film. Harrison Ford will draw me to a movie theater. Denzel will draw me to a movie theater. And that's just how it goes. I will go watch their films, and even if they're terrible, I'll watch the next one. I'm trying to think right off the top of my head that a terrible movie that Harrison Ford has been in, and the only one that comes to mind is Air Force One, and it's not horrible. You know, it's not a terrible film. It's not that great, but it's not something that you need to ever watch again, really. So that's it. That's our discussion on Harrison Ford, and thanks for watching as always, and game over.